rice and wheat being among the staple foods in our countries, Kenya's production of these food items does not meet the domestic demand. In order to meet domestic demand, Kenya will import rice at a rate of 35% instead of 75% under the EAC Common External Tariff. Further, in order to ensure that there is enough wheat to meet local demand, while at the same time protecting wheat farmers from unfair competition, Kenya will import wheat under East African Community Duty Remission Scheme of 10% instead of 35%. The importation of wheat will be undertaken upon recommendation of the Ministry of Agriculture, who will ensure wheat millers, as a priority, purchase local wheat before they are allowed to import. Mr. Speaker, in order to support local automobile industry assembly in the region, the East African Community Partner States agreed to continue with the importation of raw materials for manufacture of parts used in the assembly of motor vehicles, and especially leaf spring, radiators, and wiring harness under the duty remissions. In addition, the region agreed to extend importation of completely knocked down kits for assembly of motorcycles at 10% under the duty remission, as the region awaits the finalization of the East African Community Assembly regulations. Mr. Speaker, Kenya has suffered capacity to manufacture various products in the metal and allied subsector, thus providing employment opportunities to many Kenyans, thus failing to provide employment to so many Kenyans. In order to continue safeguarding this sector, the East African Community Ministers agreed that imported iron and steel products shall continue attracting a duty rate of 35% with the corresponding specific rates for a further 1 year for Kenya. Mr. Speaker, our hard-working farmers are capable of producing enough food to satisfy domestic demand. In particular, local demand for most vegetable products has been adequately served by our farm produce over the years. To protect these farmers from cheap imports, Kenya has been allowed to extend the import duty rate of 35% in addition to the specific import duty rates on vegetable products for a further 1 year. Mr. Speaker, the high cost of inputs of animal feeds, coupled with other factors like unfavorable weather conditions, make the locally manufactured animal feeds expensive and hence contribute to food inflation. In order to promote the local manufacturing and make animal feeds affordable to farmers, Kenyans will import inputs for manufacture of animal feeds duty-free under East African Community Duty Remission Scheme for 1 year.